is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okwade and this is Africa Now. A high court in Malawi has found 5 people guilty of murdering and trading in the body parts of McDonald Masambuka, an albino man. Masambuka went missing in February 2018, and when his body was discovered a month later, the legs and arms had been severed. The 22-year-old man had albinism, which is pronounced in the pigment of his skin, eyes, and hair color. Official statistics say more than 170 albinos have been killed or maimed in the past 10 years. This is fueled by false claims that concoctions mixed with their body parts bring luck and wealth. Now in politics. Members of Somalia's House of the People, that is the lower house of the bicameral parliament, on Thursday elected Ms. Sadia Samatar as its first deputy speaker. Samatar becomes the first woman to be elected to the top position in parliament in a largely patriarchal Somalia society. Batula Gabale, the chairperson of the influential Somali Women Association, said Samatar is the first step towards greater female participation in decision-making at national level. Now to matters on war. The Ethiopian government on Thursday said that rebellious Tigrayan forces are still in the neighboring region of Afar, despite a spokesman for the Tigrayan forces announcing their withdrawal days earlier. The Tigrayan forces said they were withdrawing so humanitarian convoys could enter. Only a trickle of aid has made it into the famine-hit Tigray, where more than 90% of the population need food aid since the Ethiopian military withdrew at the end of June last year. Now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has made a fresh request to address African Union heads of state, according to AU Commission Chairperson Moussa Faki. In a tweet, Faki said he received the request during a call with Ukraine's foreign minister. He didn't disclose whether the request would be granted, but tweeted that he had insisted on the need for a peaceful solution to the conflict with Russia. Now, 50 years on from a wave of ethnic massacres in Burundi, survivors are asking the government to do more to confront the legacy of the violence. The violence was rooted in long-standing tensions between the Hutu and Tutsi, two ethnic groups who live in Burundi and neighboring Rwanda. Up to 300,000 people died in mass killings, which began on April 29, 1972. Most of the victims were Hutus. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You're watching Africa Now. More stories coming your way after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. Surging food and energy prices stoked by the war in Ukraine may lead to social unrest in Africa, the International Monetary Fund has warned. Most countries south of the Sahara are already seeing a slowdown in economic growth from last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and the impact to be amplified by the rising cost of cereals and fuel, it said on Thursday. Africa is dependent on imports for 85% of its wheat consumption, and this dependence is especially high in Tanzania, Ivory Coast, Senegal, and Mozambique. Now on education. More girls than boys are now completing primary school on time in sub-Saharan Africa, according to a report by the UN's education organization UNESCO. Last year, 66% of girls completed primary education at the age they were meant to finish, compared to 44% in 2000. For boys, figures had also improved, but not as dramatically. 61% finished in 2020 compared to 49% in 2000. However, UNESCO noted that unlike boys, girls were less likely to finish primary school if they had missed years when they were younger. Now moving on to health. Africa is seeing an uptick in COVID-19 infections, largely driven by a doubling in cases reported in South Africa, the World Health Organization said on Thursday, urging people across the continent to continue to get vaccinated. Benito Ipoma, Director for Communicable and Non-Communicable Diseases at the WHO's Africa's office, said there was no evidence as yet to suggest the rise in cases was linked to any new sublineages or a new coronavirus variant. And in sports, the head of Gabon's Football Federation is to spend at least 10 more days in prison after being questioned about the country's sexual abuse scandal. Pere Alan Mongugui, who has yet to comment after being accused of covering up the scandal, is currently in Libreville Central Prison. In a statement in January, Gabon's Sport Ministry said the alleged sexual abuse of minors in the country by multiple accused perpetrators could number hundreds of alleged victims. And a state funeral service was held on Friday for former Kenyan President Mwai Kibaki, who died a week ago at the age of 90. Several African presidents and global dignitaries, including South Africa's Cyril Ramaphosa, Salva Kiir of South Sudan, and Ethiopia's Sahle-Work Zewde, were in attendance. The government did not restrict the number of attendees to the stadium, which has a capacity of 30,000. The former president will be buried on Saturday at his home in central Kenya. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, visit our website at www.TOSTVNetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Lukwande. Thanks for watching.